This week on Game On, Andrew Walker visits the Moama Football Club.
We speak post-match with Echuca United and Moama Football Club.
Alex Daly on Moama A-grade success.
There's another round of the handball competition.
And Brodie Jardine brings us this week's fixtures. We'll get straight into this weekend's football action, starting at Vic Park, where Echuca had a pretty disappointing loss to Benalla in the end, going down by 13 points. Started really well for Echuca. That energy in the first quarter was brilliant, and it felt like it was going to be a brilliant day for the Murray Bombers. They kicked 5 goals to 2 in that first quarter, but just the energy was brilliant. They were getting it forward and really converting, but just sort of completely switched after the first quarter. 5 goals, 7 for Benalla in that second quarter, and there could have been a lot more than that. Absolutely dominated. They were just sort of switching the play, really opening that ground up and just running all over the top of Echuca, especially with that ball movement. And look, from there it was always going to be tough. 32 inside 50s to 18 in that first half. So, I mean, they were sort of a bit lucky to even be that close. Very fiery second half. Really felt like Benalla was sort of getting under Echuca's skin a little bit. A few skirmishes throughout. And look, the Echuca boys did fight on well, but they never really got within a goal, and they never looked like they were going to sort of cut in and really take that lead. So, look, a disappointing day. They were missing Kane Morris, who hurt his quad in training. Sam Toolman hurt his quad as well in the warm-up. So, look, when you add those to Dan Willis, Cam Ballantyne and Tim Allen, I mean, they're 5 huge outs for a team like Echuca, and so, look, every side had injuries, but that's going to hurt any side.
Yeah, and look, it's a real shame because a win could have really put them in great stead for finals, but now it's just made things a little bit difficult. They do have a pretty good draw coming up, so hopefully we can still see them inside the top 6, and I think that's what everyone's waiting for. They've been so close in especially last year, but they've had struggled outside that top 6 in years leading up. So it'd be great to see them finally come through this season and start playing finals footy. I think they're still a little way off those top sides though when it comes to that playing group, but no doubt if they continue to build in the direction they are, we'll be seeing them up in finals again next season. Across in the Murray League, it was Moama. They've moved into 5th on the ladder after a win over United by 41 points at Echuca South Oval. So it was the first time we've seen them above United on the ladder since round 4. So a lot of positives there for Moama. But, given the way they played Saturday, I think they should definitely be a lot higher than they are. They're taking home the 3 Jacks trophy once again, and we spoke with David Grubb, their president, after the game just to get his thoughts on taking home the Jacks.
They played very well. They showed that the hard work they've been putting in is really starting to show some results. So, yeah, great effort and a good even team effort too. The kids started a bit slowly today and then got a lot better as they went on. So guys like Noah and Fraser and that did really well today. Logan Power as well.
Well, thanks for that. Some of those younger guys from Moama are huge as always, and especially Noah Wheeler, who has been in and out of that Bendigo Pioneers side. Kicked 3 goals on the weekend, a huge performance from him. But you see names like Liam Ritchie, Fraser Verhey, Cooper Barber and Logan Power, who was awesome, brilliant part of that back 6 that is really delivering every week for Moama at the moment.
Yeah, and I think they've found that perfect mix at Moama when you combine the younger guys with that experience of the older heads like Reece Archer and Luke Dunham and Ben Welch. It just creates that more of a steady game style and makes them really be able to play out 4 consistent quarters of footy. Credit to Guy Campbell though from United. He's really worked hard this season on building that defensive game plan, which has proven to work against some top sides this season, but it just didn't work against Moama. They were able to shut them down and they couldn't get any drive forward, especially in that third quarter. They were only 16 points down at half time, but that margin blew out to 35 points at 3/4 time. They had guys standing up at different points in areas of the ground. Zach Myercheck, who was amazing through the middle once again. Corey Wanganeen was just a standout down back. And then you had Duane Hueston up forward. He was able to get on the end of a few good kicks in that forward line, but when you want that linkage from defence to attack, it just didn't seem to work for United on the weekend. Houston actually explained it best after the game when we caught up with him.
Yeah, obviously we didn't play too well. We sort of had patches throughout the game, but overall we probably just were missing too many targets and let them rebound from our forward line a little bit easy, which gave them easy goals the other end. We came in with a lot more confidence from the first time we played them. We played very poorly the first time, and we thought the way we've been playing in the last 3 weeks, with put up a better performance than what we did today, but to Moama's credit, they basically were able to shut us down and rebound the ball effectively and kick the goals when they needed to.
Also in the Murray League, Tongala, they probably had the toughest task this weekend coming up against Nathalia. Even though they're not on top of the ladder anymore, I still consider them the top side this season, and they definitely showed that with a 136-point win over the Blues. Bailey Bell, he stepped up to kick 9 goals for Nathalia, an incredible input there, and it really meant he shone on that forward line with Brodie Ross out. He'll miss 4 weeks after a suspension. Again, though, it was the young one stepping up for Tongala, Dylan Joyce. It was only his second senior game, and he was actually best on ground, kicked 4 goals for the Blues. Liam Brennan, he was back in the side. He hadn't played in the seniors since round 3, and he was also among the best, but another couple of blows to Tongala. They had a few serious ankle injuries on the weekend, so we'll have to wait and see how those boys pull up when they have another tough task ahead against Moama this weekend. So hopefully they can pull the side together and give a good showing against Moama.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to move across to the Heathcote League now, and Leachville Gumbau, another huge win, this time against Heathcote. 185-point win. So if you look through their last 3 weeks, they've played the 3 bottom teams, but they've scored 633 points in those weeks, winning by 543 points. So it's clear they are in pretty exceptional form at the moment. And 13 goals from Matty Perry. He's going to be winning the Heathcote goal kicking title this year. 84 goals in 12 games for him. So it looks like he'll be cracking the 100 goals as well. For Lockington Bumorm United, 98-point loss against North Bendigo, who's the league's best side at the moment, you would say. It's always going to be a tough encounter, but I think it's just a young side in LBU going up against a really experienced and talented side. And it's the big bodies of North Bendigo, which is always going to be really tough to compete with for such a young and perhaps a bit of a small side. So there were some positives, though. I think the effort was something that the coach was very, very happy with, and he couldn't fault that at all. And Darcy McCallum for the Cats, who was versatile, playing all over the ground, and he was able to chip in with 2 goals.
Yeah, the Polar United, look, they've continued to be amazing this season. They took on Tokemwall, a 99-point win at home, another solid win for the boys. Adam Jorgensen and Scott Miles, they're usually the ones assisting in that goals, but they stepped up. They kicked 8 goals between them on the weekend, so massive performance between those there, and a lot of multiple goal scorers. So again, that forward line really coming together and producing some strong footy for United. Tokemwall, they had the upper hand in the first quarter and really dominated when it comes to clearances, but as all good sides do, for Carlton United, they were able to get the momentum back in their favour and really take control of the game and run it out in the end. Finally, over in the Northern Country Women's League, Echuca, they've dropped to 4th following a loss to Shepparton Bears on Sunday. They went in with high hopes of possibly moving into 2nd on the ladder, but they were quickly ripped away with the Bears, who made the most of their forward entries and produced a really strong performance, taking that win by 37 points. Well, before we get into the netball, we were at Moama Junior Football Club on Sunday, where they had a family fun day. They had a clinic there for their under 12s and 14s players with Brett Henderson, OFL Golden Murray Development Manager Trevor Mellington, and a former Carlton footballer, Andrew Walker. We got to speak with Andrew Walker about what it's like getting back to Echuca, Moama.
It's always really enjoyable whenever I get an opportunity to get back here. It's something I really look forward to. Obviously been in Melbourne for 13 years, and there's so many really good kids here, and I've got a lot of little cousins running around as well, so it's always good to see those guys progressing with their football. Just having a chat to them more about my pathway to playing AFL football, and just the commitments it takes, and the little things that you have to give up in your life to succeed playing AFL footy.
And in terms of the talent you've seen at Moama here today, do you reckon there's some budding AFL stars among them?
I think so. If they're tough enough to get out here in 5-degree weather, they're tough enough to make it on the AFL field. So they look really talented, and it's always good to see so many kids getting out and playing footy.
Now let's take a look at another round of the Echuca Fashion Centre Workwear First Handball competition. Just 2 more rounds until the semi-finals. We're here at the Echuca Junior Football Club for another edition of the Echuca Fashion Centre Workwear First Handball competition. We're here with the Echuca Bombers this time, and they are going to have 3 handballs each, and the top 2 scores are going to head through to the next round. Let's meet today's competitors.
Hi, I'm Kipinella. G'day, I'm Matt Shearer. G'day, I'm Doug Baldwin. G'day, my name's Nick Stone. G'day, I'm Coben James.
today. We had Coben, that's $20 for you, well done mate. And we had Harry as well, $20 for you, congratulations. Well done boys. Let's get into the netball now. We had Echuca taking on Benalla in another big game in the GBL. It was a tough loss in the end for Echuca. They went down by 11 goals. It was neck and neck right through the first 3 quarters, and even in that third quarter in particular, Echuca did get on top, started to really turn the ball over pretty well, and really capitalised on that defensive pressure. But the fourth quarter just felt like it was a completely different game. They sort of lost their heads a little bit, threw the ball away, and they sort of dropped their their energy a bit, and that meant the Saints were able to run away with that 11-goal win. There were some positive performances, as you'll always see from the young Murray Bombers, especially those defenders. Chloe Michelle, brilliant in defence. Eve Gregor, Diana Kent, and Meg Rowe did a really good job on a physical wing attack. The problem for Echuca now is that they're lost 3 games straight and 1.5 games outside of that top 6. So look, they're going to have to win probably 2 of those next 3 games against Marupna, Shep Swans and Shep Bears, and they're very tough fixtures. So we'll have to see how they go.
Yeah, over in the Murray League now, and Moama, they were a little nervous heading into their game against Echuca United, but they shook off those nerves pretty quick to get a 24-goal win in the end. Not the biggest margin we've seen, so credit to United there, which is what you'd expect for someone who's sitting up in that top 4. To their credit, they really brought the challenge early. They were only 1 goal down at quarter time, United, and I think it was the defensive end that really was taking charge of the Moama goalers, and I think that's what brought on that change at quarter time in their goaling circle. Moama's whole court pressure, though, it was absolutely phenomenal, caused United to throw a lot of balls into hands, which is something I guess you can't do against any time when you're playing A grade. The mid-court work the best it probably had all season, and Angela Slattery, she was easily the best on court in defence, and she caused a lot of turnovers that gave Moama that easy win. I actually spoke with Alex Daly, who's captain of Moama, after the game, just to see the key to their success this season.
I think just because we're all really good friends and we get along so well and we really want to win for each other. I think all over the court, just our overall defensive pressure was awesome, and it was just really good across the court.
And how did you play yourself?
Not too bad, but I think our best player was Ange Slattery, goalkeeper. She absolutely smashed it.
Now to Tongala and Coach Alicia White. She said it probably wasn't going to be a big margin this week by any standards, with only 6 of their A-grade players in the side and only 6 of their B-grade players in this week as well. It meant they were able to bleed a few younger ones through. They brought up Holly Reid from under 15. She played into wing attack, but it took her a little while to settle into that attacking lineup. And again, both sides looked a little slow coming off the bye round, which meant it was only a 9-goal difference in the end. If anything, though, that ability to bleed the youth will really help them, and hopefully they're going to be missing some players against Moama, but hopefully having that little week just to put a bit of experience into the younger players will put them in good stead for Moama this weekend.
Absolutely. We've got some other games to run through now. Leachville Gumbau, impressive 25-goal win against Heathcote. LBU kept up their pretty good form of recent. They took down North Bendigo 61-38, and Picola United absolutely thrashed by the league leader Tokemore, going down by 31 goals.
And now to this week's fixtures with Brodie Jardine.
Hi, my name is Brodie Jardine and I am 11 years old and play under 12s at Moama Netball Club. This week in GVL, Echuca play Marupna at Victoria Park. In the Murray League, Echuca United take on Kingupna away. And Moama and Tongala will clash at the Tongala Recreation Reserve. In the Heathcote lead, Leachville Gumbau play Huntley away. LBU also play away against White Hills. In the Picola League, Methow take on Strathmanton away, and Picola United has a bye.
Well, that wraps up another week. Be sure to tune in to riverineherald.com.au and through our Facebook page next Thursday for another episode, and pick up your Monday Riv to see if you're the American Hotels facing the crowd.
And we'll leave you now with some footage from Leachville Gumbau and their celebrations after another huge win. They continued to dominate the Heathcote Football League.